Thanks for watching. Today we are going to be disconnecting a set of doubles, and we are at the YRC facility in Lexington, Kentucky. I am doing this. I am a real YRC driver, and you'll be seeing how to do this safely. As you notice, I got out of the truck using the 3-point stance. And looking at the phone so I can make sure you can see everything okay. We go around here still trying to tweak things. You see the light cords. I kind of take the camera up a little bit there, and now you see everything is hooked up just like you would get at a yard. So now we start disassembling it. First of all, trusty pair of gloves, and we start taking off the air lines. First the red line and the blue line. If you'll notice, I'm putting them in that little cage there so that they don't get bent up or frayed if they actually get underneath the fifth wheel, which has been known to happen. Now we take off the light cord going into the first trailer, put it that way so it can't get rode on or whatever. Take that airline off, and having a little trouble getting the dummy glad hand on there, but we will get it on there. Eventually, there it goes. Now we go over and unhook the other airline. You notice I'm putting them across the tongue again, so that way they don't rub on the ground or get damaged. Dummy glad hand goes on without a problem. And now what I'm doing is taking off the chain and going right over and hooking it onto the kingpin handle. And this way I pull out, it opens up the fifth wheel, and I'm doing all this with my back. You do not want to try this by taking your hand and pulling it out, because it puts all that pressure on your shoulder, and that's how rotator cuffs get damaged. We take the air chain off, put it on that hook there. Again, nothing dragging on the ground, so nothing is damaged while we're going through moving stuff around. Now I'm going to dolly down the rear trailer, and I always like to leave it just a little bit off the pavement. That way when you do put the dolly underneath it or your tractor underneath it, it will raise it up, and you do not bend the legs on the trailer, because there's nothing worse than trying to bring down or raise up a dolly like that's been broke or bent. So let's go through and check everything. The kingpin's pulled out. Airlines are disconnected on both the lead and the rear. And now I raise up and let the air out of the dolly. I usually do this last. That way nothing can move while I'm back there. I raise it up, then I get away, go back into the tractor. Again, using the 3-point stance. Then what I'll do is I'll roll down the window, because you won't be able to hear it on here. But if you turn your radio off, you can hear when that trailer will drop. Pull out very slowly, very cautiously, and then you'll hear it drop. Setting the brakes, put it in neutral. I know the 3-point stance thing. Now I'm going on back to see how things look. You see the dolly is sitting lined up perfectly with the back trailer. Not up too far. If I were to hook back up to this and move it back, then it would be lined up perfectly with it. Now take the catch or the latch off of the hook, and we have a lot of different configurations of this. As you notice, I'm using the airline to kind of nudge that latch open. Again, just be careful and take your time. You got it open, raised up. Now it's open. Now I can dolly down the fifth wheel or the dolly. And notice how all the airlines have to move all the airlines out of your way. But the latch came down. It happens. So we did it before. We did it again. Here I go. Raise it up. Give it an extra nudge to make sure it did stay up this time. And once I realize that I'm cranking it the wrong way, there we go. Now we lower dolly down, dolly leg down, so that we can unhook from the lead trailer. And it starts raising up about now. And again, we don't want to raise it up too high because if we do run a tractor and use this dolly again, we want to make sure everything's lined up to where everything's good. Now going back to the truck, and we will pull away from the dolly. Again, do this slowly because if you say leave a chain on there, you look out your window, you will see that dolly pulling toward the way where that chain is. And as you can see in the back, the dolly's still there, and we're done.